Okay, we're back, and this is another episode of Michigan uh, projectile points and artifacts from Native Americans in Michigan. Um, I'll probably do another video shooting this stuff in a little bit better light because it looks like I'm getting some shadows in here. But yeah, we'll just kind of go through and take a quick look at some of these. What I call a quick look is not a quick look. Um, Up here in the corner, we got some little. I think those are little Hamilton or Madison triangles and Lavanas. I think this is a Lavana here. It's a little bit wider point there. Those are all from the woodland period, woodland or Mississippian period. Moving around, we've got an Adena and I believe this is a Snyder point. This is my namesake. Yeah, that sure does look like a Snyder's to me. Big old, nice, thick, heavy duty Bayport shirt, Michigan, Snyder's point. That's my namesake. My last name is Snyder, but no relationship to the actual Snyder site, which I believe was in Illinois, I think. So anyways, yeah, those are some big beauties I found. Moving around over here. If you look in the frame here, you won't see very much Kashotkin black. I think in this frame there's only like 3 pieces of it. Got this little serrated joker right here. That's Kashotkin black. This is a little piece of Kashotkin black, or it could be Kanawha black. It's kind of doesn't quite. It has some shine to it, but not quite. But that's a little beauty there I found. So that's two pieces made out of Kashotkin material, and then we got this little Susquehanna point here. That is a beauty. That one's not from Macomb County though. This was actually one of the points found on my parents' Christmas tree farm down in Hillsdale, Michigan, which is about an hour and 20 minutes southwest of where I live. But that's a little Susquehanna broad point. Beautiful, heavily worn down and used. Oh, sorry, I bumped the phone. And we've got, this is let's see, what is that? Okay. That is a piece of, this is an old variety of flint. Oh, got fingers in the way. This is an old variety of flint. I think this is probably what they call Indiana green or Attica chert. It's got kind of a little bit of streaks in there like that. And it's got a little bit of a cortex because I believe that's a nodular flint. But that's Indiana green. That's kind of a rare piece. So I think that was right there, wasn't it? I think so. Okay. And then we got some more little side notches in that. These are some Lamoka points. I believe those are called Lamokas. Those are kind of common, and that might be a Lamoka also. And then we got this pretty large piece of. This is going to be Onondaga. This is a big piece of Onondaga oval shaped knife blade. It's got a little bit of breakage there, but I don't know if that was broken on purpose or if that was just the way. This thing might have actually been almost like a one of those corner tang knives or whatever. Because see, it's been worked on this round edge. It's been worked all the way up on there. And yeah, that's a beautiful big. That's one of the biggest pieces I find in Michigan. I mean, you don't find pieces this big too often. Everything else is usually pretty small, but that looks like a piece of Onondaga. Might even be, well, no, that's Onondaga, I'm pretty sure. just by the looks of it. It could be kettle, or I mean, it could be Bayport, but um, it's debatable there. That one's a little tricky. You have to do a little testing on that to see to see what that is. We'll put that joker right back in there. And then moving along here, we got a couple of knives. Oh, get those stupid fingers out of the way. This is a nice little square knife that I found, and this is made out of Kettle Point. You can see it's got them little dark eyeball bird's eye spots on it, or markings on there, like I talked about in the last video. And it's got kind of that purplish color, like from being heat treated. There's a big inclusion right there in there. And that's a fairly common material around here in Macomb County where I live, southeast Michigan. So we got that joker. And then here's another small square blade knife. This is, I got to guess, I would say that could very well be Bayport material, because it's got some fossil inclusions in it there. That bryozoa stuff, that's what is in Bayport a lot. And some of Bayport can be gray. Some of it can be shiny. This has got a little bit of a luster to it. So this is probably the higher grade quality Bayport. And it might have even been heat treated for that purpose. This is let's see, that's a spectacular piece of that darker gray Onondaga shirt. You can see kind of the swirls in it, the tans and the lighter grays in there. And those are just catalog numbers that I have for back in the day when I was really into cataloging stuff. I don't catalog as much stuff anymore like I used to. Now, moving down here, we're getting down into my favorite little corner of the frame. These are the bifurcates. These little jokers are my favorite points. Let me see. These are my absolute favorites. I love these little early archaic bifurcates. Some of them look like Mickey Mouse ears. Some of them have these little narrow ones, like a Lake Erie. I think these are Lake Erie style, or Fox Valley. But you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bifurcates here, including this big joker right here. That would have been a sweetie right there. Boy, look at that. Look at how beautiful that that bifurcate is, and look at how thin that sucker is. That was a heartbreaker for sure. Because like I said, I love my bifurcates. That's one of my favorite things to find. This one is really cool. This little guy here, he's made out of I think this is a type of Flint Ridge chalcedony. You can let's see here. It's pretty translucent, but I mean, that is a joker right there. That is one beautiful little bifurcate. This little brownish colored one here, in another frame, I might have to put these two together, but I found another one very similar to this. Same colored material, same everything, and looks like they were made by the same guy. And I found this one about a mile away from the original, the other one. But it's this beautiful glossy brown flint. Not sure. Some people have told me that is the highest quality Bayport will be brown like that, and it's usually in the center of the bullseye of the nodule. If you look at this Bayport piece here, you can see how it's kind of got that almost like a bullseye right there in it. And I've heard people tell me that really high quality shiny brown chert is like the very center bullseye on some of the bigger nodules of Bayport, and that's like the very highest quality. That's what I've had people tell me. I'm not sure on that. And then we've got a couple of really nice corner notches. Look at how thin and that beauty is. That thing is beautiful. This is I I think this has got the little rust speckles in it. This could very well be a piece of that Stony Creek chert from down in southeastern extreme corner of Michigan, right near the Toledo, Ohio border down there, right by Toledo and near the Ohio border. And I think that was like in there like that. And here's another piece. That could very well be the same, although that's a little bit higher glossy luster than Stony Creek chert. This could actually be some exotic brought in from somewhere else, because it's a very whitish colored material, and as you can see, it's got a lot of nice luster and gloss, nice flaking quality on it, flake scars. But yeah, that's a beauty there too. And then moving over here, we've got a little bit of interesting stuff too. This is, let's see. This piece here is definitely all day, all night Onondaga material from New York in Canada. Over there, you can see the dark spots. There's sometimes in it, and that swirly mottled pattern to it. This is a real high quality piece of Onondaga chert. Little corner notch point, probably a Brewerton, I'm thinking. But there's that piece there. That is really sharp. This is a, let's see, I would have to say this is another high quality grade of Onondaga chert. Another nice corner notch point. Beautiful. Pretty thick. It looks like it might even have a little bit of beveled edge to it. But yeah, it's a crier. Real heartbreaker there, finding that one broken like that. And then this is a piece of Bayport chert, and this is actually a paleo piece. This is a high-low point. It's got grinding all on this side here where my finger's touching it right there. It's got a concave base, just the one ears broke off, and it has a bevel to it, which these are supposedly beveled, these high-low points. A lot of them were beveled. They say that they're not as related to Clovis's. They're more of like a Great Lakes region, Michigan, eastern region of a Dalton point. It's what they like to call the high-low. They kind of think that they're some sort of a variant of like a Dalton point, but they're usually a lot smaller. They don't have that length like a real the actual Dalton points that most people are familiar with. So there's that. And then last but not least, and this is the weirdest looking material I have ever seen in Michigan. Actually, this kind of looks a lot like Carter Cave material. I found a lot of that when I lived down in southern Ohio, and I hunted fields in Ohio and Kentucky. But this looks like a very high grade Carter Cave material. It might even be Sonoran flint, because it does have a little bit of those little white speckly air bubble or crystal pocket things in it. But this point here is so weird to find this in Michigan. And I gotta think that this is probably a hell gap. It's got that real wide top to it and the point, and then it tapers in on the sides sharply to the base. Now the base has got a break in there. I don't know if that was broken from being out in the field, or if it was made that way. I think it was probably broken by farming equipment or something, but it probably would have had a little bit longer stem to it. But that looks like a hell gap to me. It says hell gap paleo point all day long to me. And that was found here in Michigan. So that's kind of one of those weirdo things that you find. It's a weird material, and just wanted to show everybody that and show off the rest of the goodies here. Like I said, these are some of my more recent finds, probably in the last 4 or 5 years of looking. you know, some of the other frames you've seen are from of Michigan points are from farther back in time, but this is a lot of like the more recent stuff that I found. You know, some of this stuff I could have found like, you know, last week. In some cases, I think there are a few in here. I think one of these triangles might be from looking in the last week or so, or a couple weeks. You know, I got out and found a couple of little things. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring these up and show you. These are some more Michigan arrowheads, and I gotta zoom more in on those bifurcates, because God, those are my favorites. I didn't even mention I love these little tiny corner notch points too. These are beauties, really thin, very nice. I like those. This is kind of an exhausted point here. That's kind of a neat looking one. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you another overview, another video. Maybe try and put this one and the other one up today. So I know you guys have been starving for videos from me. I was on vacation for 12 days down in the Chesapeake Bay area, Washington, Maryland area. So, anyways, yeah, it sucked. I really wanted to do some more videos for you guys because I appreciate all the members and subscribers. So, yeah, so I had to get this out. So, anyhow, hope you enjoy it. This is like a little freelance filming here. Didn't want to mess with the stupid tripod or whatever. I still got to work out some of the photography tricks for that. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, comment. I always enjoy those. So I'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace out, guys.